Hello everyone, myself Shinde V.G., working as Assistant Professor at Department of Nanoscience and Nanotechnology, KTGM College, Nasik. Today we are going to discuss T.Y.B.Sc Semester 3rd, paper number 5, that is the course of NTT 335 Energy Conversion Devices and Applications. In this course, we have to see these 4 units or chapters. First unit is photovoltaic solar cells. Second unit is dye-sensitized solar cells. Third unit is polymer solar cells. And last unit is perovskite solar cells. Starting with the first model, photovoltaic solar cells. In this chapter, we have to see this syllabus. Like first point is introduction to solar energy and photovoltaic solar energy. Another point is the greenhouse effect. Next point is properties of sunlight, energy of photon, p-n junction under dark and under illumination, light generated current, IV equation, characteristics, upper limit of cell parameters, losses in solar cells, equivalent circuit, effect of various parameters on efficiency, solar cell design, design for high IC, anti-refractive coating in bracket ARC, design for high VOC and fill factor, analytical techniques, solar simulator, quantum efficiency, minority carrier lifetime and diffusion length measurement, design of silicon solar cells, and last point is thin film solar cells. In this video, cover the introduction to photovoltaic solar cells and greenhouse effect. First point is introduction to photovoltaic solar cells. Photovoltaic is the process of converting sunlight directly into electricity using solar cell. Means photovoltaic is a process of using the solar cell in a conversion of sunlight is directly into electricity. That process or that system is called as photovoltaic solar cell. Today it is a rapidly growing and increasingly important renewable alternative to conventional fossil fuels electricity generation, but compared to other electricity generating technologies, it is a relative newcomer, with the first practical photovoltaic devices demonstrated in the 1950s. Research and development of photovoltaics received its first major burst from the space industry in the 1960s, which required a power supply separate from grid power for satellite application. Means in a rapidly growing and increasing importance of renewable alternative conventional fossil fuels for using electricity generation, but in a photovoltaic solar cells or photovoltaics device is a newcomer of in electricity generation of technologies. In first practical or first demonstrate with 1950s, and the research and development of photovoltaic, that's the first major burst in space industry in 1960s, the application of grid power for the satellite applications. These space solar cells were several thousand times more expensive than they are today, and the preserved need for a electricity generation method apart from grid power was still a decade away. But solar cells becomes an interesting scientific variation to the rapidly expanding silicon transistor development with several potentially specialized niche markets. It took the oil crisis in the 1970s to focus world attention on the desirability of alternative energy sources for the terrestrial use, which in turn promoted the investigation of photovoltaics as a means of generating terrestrial power. The oil crisis provided short-lived and the financial incentive to develop solar cells. About it, solar cells had entered the arena as a power generating technology. Their application and advantages to the remote power supply area was quickly recognized and promoted the development of terrestrial photovoltaics industry. Small scale transportable applications such as calculators and watches were utilized and remote power application began to benefit from photovoltaics. In the 1980s, research into silicon solar cells paid off and solar cells began to increase their efficiency. In 1985, silicon solar cells achieved the milestone of 20% efficiency. Over the next decade, the photovoltaics industry experienced steady growth rate of between 15% and 20%, largely promoted by the remote power supply market. The year 1997 saw a growth rate of 38%, and today solar cells are recognized not only as a means for providing power and increase quality of life to those who do not give grid access, but they are also a means of significantly diminishing the impact of environmental damage caused by conventional electricity generation in advanced industrial countries. Means in 1980s, the first time silicon cell demonstrated, and this development has improved the efficiency. Then 1985 to silicon cells achievement of 20% of efficiency. Then another some years to efficiency increases that 15% to 20%. In 1970s, this growth rate of 38%, and today is recognized and providing power and increasing quality of life. That's the very conventional or environmental demonstrated and the conventional electricity generation of advanced industrial countries. These are use of photovoltaic solar cells. Now I discuss with another point, solar energy. Sun is the source of all energy on the earth, means the sun is all energy from the earth, or major source of sun is the all energy on the earth. Solar energy can be major source of energy. Solar energy is the energy derived from the sun through the form of solar radiation. Means solar energy is the solar radiation through the energy derived from sun. Solar power is the conversion of sunlight into electricity. Solar power energy has come into use where other power supplies are absent, such as in places off from the national electrical grid and in a space. Means solar power energy is used from the absence of other power supplies that places are used, or that places of the national electrical grid and in space that use of the solar power energy. Solar power electrical generation relies on photovoltaic and heat engine. Means two type of solar power generation methods. First one photovoltaics and another one heat engine or solar thermal energy. Now I discuss with first generation system is photovoltaics or PV. The application of solar cells to convert sunlight directly into electricity is the photovoltaic energy or photovoltaic power is the most one application or important application is the sunlight is directly converted into electricity. The PV cells are assembled or that called a PV model or panel, means photovoltaic model or photovoltaic panels, and installation of panels is called as photovoltaic array. Solar cells are often made from vapor. Silicas of from vapors, means the solar cells often made from vapor. Vapors means silicas, means silicon crystals are used from the vapors. Then another system is solar thermal energy or STM or heat engine, a technology that uses solar energy to produce thermal energy or heat. That technique is known as solar thermal energy. Means this technology that uses solar energy is directly producing thermal energy or thermal heat. That technology is called as solar thermal energy. There are low, medium and high temperature solar thermal collectors. Means these techniques are used in low, medium and high temperature solar thermal collectors are used. The first two types means the first two types of collectors, low and medium, are used to flat plates generally used to heat water. And high temperature collectors concentrated sunlight with mirror or lenses and are mostly used to produce electricity. This technique is known as concentrated solar power (CS). Means high temperature collectors are used to sunlight with mirror or lenses and the mostly used to produce electricity. This technique is known as concentrated solar power (CSP). CSP systems are also able to track the movement of sun. The radiation they concentrate is used as a heat source for a conventional plate to produce heat or electricity, or is directed to photovoltaic surfaces is generate electrical power. The solar radiation they concentrate is used as heat sources for a conventional plant to produce heat or electricity, or is directed to PV surfaces to generate electrical power. Means the concentrate of a sunlight with a mirror or lenses then produce electricity. This technique are used to collect the radiation, and they radiation concentrate with heat concentrated with used as heat source for a conventional plant to produce heat or electricity, or this directed to PV surfaces. To directed means this collected radiations to direct incident on photovoltaic cell surfaces that produce a electrical power or electrical energy. CSP allows solar installation to increases their productivity. CSP plants take up smaller area which help to reduce cost. The solar technology are broadly characterized as their passive solar and active solar. Means the technology of solar cells or solar energies are characterized by two methods or two ways. First one passive solar and another one active solar. These are used to capture, convert and distribute solar energy are used. Now I discuss with first one active solar technique. Active solar techniques included the use of solar collectors or photovoltaic cells to collect heat or convert solar energy into electricity. Means the active solar technique is used as the solar collectors or photovoltaic cells to collect heat or convert solar energy into electricity. That process or that techniques is known as active solar techniques. Now I discuss with another one passive solar techniques. Passive solar techniques included orienting sunlight entire the hours and warms the building materials which store some heat from the evening. Means in this technique included the orienting sunlight store in the heat from the house and warm the building's material. That technique is known as passive solar techniques. In this figure or image shows the photovoltaic solar cell panels. Now I discuss with another one point greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect, a warming of Earth's surface and troposphere, means the lower layer of atmosphere caused by the presence of water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane and certain other gases in the air. Those gases are known as greenhouse gases. Water vapor has the largest greenhouse effect. The word greenhouse effect holds two meanings. First meaning is natural greenhouse effect, that one take keep our Earth's climate normal and comfortable. And other is man-made greenhouse effect, which is an enhancement of natural greenhouse gas. This figure shows the greenhouse effect, the incident on solar radiation on Earth or atmosphere, that 2/3 is reflect and 1/4 is incident on Earth or coming on Earth. Figure shows the greenhouse effect. First one we have discussed natural greenhouse effect. Natural greenhouse effect is made from the heat energy radiated from sun. Greenhouse gases are naturally from the presence in the atmosphere. Means natural greenhouse effect is made from heat energy radiated from the sun, and the greenhouse gases are naturally from the presence in atmosphere. sunlight goes through the atmosphere, warming Earth in a cycle. The cycle continues through the atmosphere as the gases absorb energy at the same time while the leftover go to space. Some sun energy trapped in Earth makes it much warm and comfortable. That effect is known as natural greenhouse effect. Another one discussed with man-made effect. Activities made by humans results in production of greenhouse gases. While the amount of gases increases in the atmosphere, the stability of the greenhouse gases change, causing effect on the whole world. Greenhouse effect caused by burning fossil fuel, coal, oil, natural gases, cutting and burning trees, producing carbon dioxide. Greenhouse gases trap heat, making Earth warmer and creating global warming. That effect is known as man-made effects. Another one point is major greenhouse gases. The gases which the property of greenhouse are known as greenhouse gases. Means these gases are to denote the properties of greenhouse are known as greenhouse gases. Some gases in Earth's atmosphere, for example, water vapor means water, carbon dioxide, methane and nitrous oxide have a very special properties, means greenhouse properties. They do not absorb the visible light from the sun, but they do absorb the infrared light radiated by the Earth's surface. These are called greenhouse gases. Means these gases is called as greenhouse gases. In these greenhouse gases, they do not absorb visible light from the sun, but they absorb the infrared light radiated by the Earth's surface. That gases is known as greenhouse gases. The major greenhouse gases is first one carbon dioxide, next one nitrogen oxide, another one halogen gases like chlorofluorocarbons, and last one methane gas. Now I discuss with another one point source of greenhouse gases. First source is thermal power station based on fossil fuels, mainly coal and mineral oil, emitting an amount of CO2. That another one source of greenhouse gases is automobiles. Another one is numerous factories and industrial wastage. Last one source of greenhouse gases is deforestation and burning of fossil fuels. Now I discuss with effect of greenhouse gases. First effect is global warming and climate change. Another one effect is disruption of the water cycle. Next is rise of sea level, worsening health effect. Another one changing forest and natural areas. Another one challenges to agriculture and the food supply. Another one effect on the ozone layer. And last one effect on oceanic climate. For last one point is control of greenhouse effect. First control of greenhouse effect is alternate source of energy are to be used. Water logging should be avoided. Another one reduction of the use of CFC. Advanced and efficient technologies for reducing emission from fossil fuels. Another one, afforestation and reforestation on a large scale. And last one, carbon market. Now, today's lecture, we have to discuss the introduction of photovoltaic solar cells. Then another one point discuss with solar cells. And the last point discuss in details greenhouse effect. Thank you.